introduce myself. My name is Nur Afifa. I'm from University Education Ganesha and from Faculty Mathematics and Natural Science. My program study Physics Education and I'm from class 2B and with last name 024. In here, I will to explain about two factors. Previously, we that physical quantity is divided into two, namely the vector quantity and the scalar quantity. On this occasion, I will explain about vector quantities. Vector is a quantities in physics that have values and direction, where example of vector quantities such as displacement, velocity, force, momentum, and electric field. The next, this is picture, vector drawing and writing. As in the picture on the screen, two vectors that have the same magnitude and value but in opposite direction. The next, vector writing. The writing must be distinguished from quantities not vectors. Usually, vector quantities are written in bold, italic, or capital letters. Example of how to write symbol vector quantities. The first, as in the picture in the screen, the vector is symbolized by two uppercase letter or one letter on which is given an arrow. The second, as in the picture in screen, the vector is symbolized by two big letter or one bold letter. If the writing uses two letters, then the first letter, capital A, is the origin of the vector, or also called the base of the vector, while the letters behind capital B are vector direction or terminal point or vector end. The next, summing vector. If vector capital U, open parenthesis A1 and B2, close parenthesis, on and vector capital V, open parenthesis B1 and B2, close parenthesis, are two vectors in a plane, then the sum of the two vectors is capital U plus capital V. The formula capital U plus capital V equal open parenthesis A1 plus A2 and B1 plus B2, close parenthesis. While the subtraction of the two vectors can be expressed as the sum of the vector capital U with a vector whose length is equal to capital V, but in the opposite direction. The formula capital U minus capital V equal open parenthesis A1 minus A2 and B1 minus B2, close parenthesis. The next, vector addition graphically. The first, summing of vector in a triangular way. As in the picture on the screen, how to describe the addition of two vectors where one vector capture point is moved to the end of the other vector and then draw a straight line from the base to the end of the vector to form a flat triangle shape. The second, summing of vector by polygon. As in the picture in screen, how to describe the addition of three or more vectors by connecting the base of the vector and of the other vector in such a way as to the last vector. After that, a straight line is drawn from the base of the first vector to the end of the last vector to form a polygon. The third, summing vector by way of parallelogram. As in the picture in screen, method of adding two vector plates at the same starting point so that the result of both vector are diagonal parallelogram. The next, vector multiplication. Vector multiplication can be done by two methods, namely scalar multiplication and cross multiplication. The first, the scalar multiplication, vector capital A and vector capital B are defined as follows. The formula capital A dot capital B equal capital A B cos theta. The second, the two vector cross product can be defined. Capital A times capital B equal capital A B sin theta. The next, determine the magnitude and the direction of the resultant of the vector. The formula makes capital F sub 1 square plus capital F sub 2 square plus 2 times capital V1 times capital V2 cos theta. While vector direction, the formula capital R per sin theta equal capital F sub 2 per sin beta. While determine the magnitude and direction of the resultant of two vector by using component vector, the formula magnitude of the resultant of two vector. The first, the vector F will the vector capital F will decompose to capital F sub x and capital F sub y can be determined using the equation capital F x capital F sub x equal capital F cos theta, while capital F sub y equal capital F sin theta. So the formula magnitude of the resultant of two vector is capital F equal square capital F sub x square plus capital F sub y square. While vector direction, the formula tan theta equal capital F sub y per capital F sub x. The next, I will give an example problem about vector, namely, given two force vector of equal magnitude, each vector is 10 Newton as shown below. If the angular format between the two vectors is 60 level, determine the resultant value of the two vectors. So, discussion, resultant for two vectors whose angles are now with capital F sub 1 equal 10 Newton and capital F sub 2 equal 10 Newton. So, formula R equal square capital F sub 1 square plus capital F sub 2 square plus 2 capital plus 2 times capital F sub 1 times capital F sub 2 cos theta is the angle between the two vectors. Theta equal 60 level. R is the resultant magnitude of the two vectors, so that capital R equal square 10 square plus 10 square plus 2 times 10 times 10 cos 60 level. So the result can be seen on the screen is 10 square